Hello, so we are here at Buzz Podcast Community episode this week, and we have with us the lovely Hayley from Fox and Furb Furniture. Hayley, how are you?
I am really well, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. I want to give you a better, even more brighter, bubbly build-up than that, because it's not just furniture. It's bright, it's bold, it's creative, it's bespoke, it's handmade designs by the lovely Hayley from Fox and Furb. How about that?
Thank you so much. That was an amazing introduction.
So I know that you are a Hampshire mum.
Yes.
And you are a very creative lady. You are a very busy lady, and you are stepping into mumpreneur, entrepreneur territory.
Yes, 100%. I've gone from just being a mum to launching this big business, and it's all going really exciting, and yeah, it's all happening.
It's happening. It's happening. Before you tell us, don't do a spoiler alert. Before you tell us what's happening, take a deep breath. If you can remember life before Fox and Furb, just let us know a little bit about who Hayley is and what makes Hayley tick. What does Hayley love and what captivates Hayley and what's Hayley passionate about?
So, like you've said, I'm a Hampshire mum. I'm a mum of two beautiful children, and we have a dog, Flash. And before all of this, I was just helping my husband run his business and obviously doing all the things that normal mums do and just trying to find my creative passion, because I had a very creative job prior to having children, and there was always kind of that little, I guess, empty part where I was like, I need to find something creative again that gives me that spark that I had. And now I found it.
Okay. So how did you stumble upon this? Is furniture in the family, or is upholstering a secret passion that you've had that you never told anybody about?
No, do you know what? It's actually a really funny story, because it is just because my husband said to me one day, I think you would be really good at upholstery.
Oh, right.
Yeah, in lockdown, we kind of, obviously everyone was getting crafty and trying lots of new things. And we were actually due to rebuild our house, but that obviously all got put on hold. And we didn't have space for a footstool. And I really wanted one, and we sort of said, oh, wouldn't it be great if we could come up with a footstool that could tuck under the sofa so we could put it away. And that's when we designed the fold stool, which is our unique product. And it was while we were making that, my husband sort of said, you know, I can see how much you're enjoying making this. Like, I think you should do upholstery.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, once lockdown lifted, he signed me up to a few classes. And yeah, I don't know, I just knew like it was what I wanted to do.
Wow. So actually, in doing this role, actually in interviewing, we are actually discovering now all of the gold that's coming out of lockdown. And I love all of these encouraging stories and everything that's happened, and how people have actually either reconnected with family, or reconnected with desires and dreams that they'd put on hold, or even discovering new talents and gifts that they've got. So it sounds as though there was a problem. We love this. There was a problem. So we're solution orientated.
Yes,
so you went, right, if there's a problem, Hayley's going to fix it.
Yeah,
oh, that's so funny. I had to go there.
No, it's fine. I did a product design module back when Jake was first born. So I think that kind of, I went back to what I had learnt from that, and sort of, thought like, oh, we need to do this. So I've definitely always had that sort of product design mindset, I guess. So that's what I'm enjoying right now, is that I'm using all of the skills that I've learnt, just from being a mum and just trying all these different things. And, we've all been there. We all try things and they don't play out, and, on to the next one. But I definitely feel like with Fox and Furb, I'm actually using all of those things that I've learned over the years.
Yeah, brilliant.
for something that I really love doing.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that it's not a case of trying and failing. You only fail if you never try.
Yeah, definitely. I'm a firm believer in that. And I think it's very easy, isn't it, if you sign up to a course and you never get to finish it because life gets in the way, but you will learn something from everything.
Yes.
And I find that, you know, when I'm doing reupholstery jobs, every job is different, and I learn something from every single job, whether it's the same job that I've done before or not.
Okay. There's always something new to learn.
Yeah.
So talk to me about this fold away stool then. I've like got this going on in my head. What is it? It sounds like something I could definitely need as well.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your first key piece.
The first key piece. So the first fold stool that we designed was Slim Jim.
Right, I love that.
Which it's available on our website now.
Okay.
And if you head to my socials, I've got a few reels and things to show how it works. But essentially, we wanted the luxury of a beautifully upholstered footstool,
yes,
but obviously with the function of going away.
Yeah.
So it's fully upholstered on the top. You can have it with buttons or bright fabrics or made bespoke. And it just has collapsible legs, which you literally just squeeze together and fold flat.
Ooh.
So it makes the fold stool, you know, this small, so you can tuck it under a sofa or a chair or pop it in a cupboard.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like still a luxury product, but with that functional element.
That is nice. So this is what you are designing: luxury, functional furniture.
Yeah, and definitely bold, bright, and bespoke would be our
I love
thing.
that. I love that. And I love that you're not afraid to be bold and you're not afraid to be bright. And so talk to me about a little bit more about your range and how it's developed from the footstool.
From the footstool. So, well, once we designed Slim Jim, we sort of thought, well, it would be nice to have different shapes. So we went on to Big Bob, which is the square one. All of our products have names.
I love this.
And then from there, we just sort of started writing down ideas, and it wasn't until this year that I got a unique opportunity and actually got the confidence to run with a lot of these ideas. So a lot of the ideas started off just, one day we could try this or make this. And
I love that.
I'm definitely influenced by retro vibes. I love retro things, love check, love all of those sort of colours, contrasting colours. So,
nice.
you know, putting different colour piping on things, that's definitely my style. And yeah, just stuff that's a bit different, I guess. You know,
it's not like the normal traditional sort of place where, for example, if you were remember there was a time when all pubs decided to all be branded with those same muted colours, and you'd walk in one and it was like walking in anyone because they all look the same.
Yeah, definitely. And I think colour is definitely coming back in. Sophie Robinson has just launched a new collection with Harlequin fabrics, and it is honestly the most colourful, bold. It's so inspiring. Like if you weren't a colour person before, like if you go and look at that, I think you would be afterwards because she talks a lot about not being scared to mix colours as well. So, you know, putting flowery prints with stripes and, you know, things that you sort of think, can I do that? But, you know, so I definitely think that's coming back in. And yeah, we should embrace colour.
I am an advocate all day long.
Same.
Yeah. So when we're thinking about inspiration, where do you get your inspiration? So you've just spoken about Sophie. I feel like there's a bit of a girl crush going on there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
That's okay. Talk to me about what inspires you.
I mean, I get inspiration from everything, you know, just certain patterns and things that I see. And I guess it's also about picking things that I like as well. You know, not everyone's going to like my furniture. It's, you know, it's unique and everyone has different tastes, but I think you have to make things that you love.
I love that.
Because if you don't love what you do, then you can't put that across to other people.
Yeah. And especially going out in this space, as a new person in this space, as a new brand that's coming into this space, yes, 1,000,000%, you've got to love it. Because if you don't love it, as soon as you hear somebody say, oh, blah, 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 that's anything that's got a negative connotation, you're going to be second thinking, am I doing the right thing?
Yeah, and also you've got to stand out, and the way that you stand out is to love your product, that you don't even need to sell it. You can just talk about it because you love it so much.
I love that.
Yeah.
So have you had anybody come to you already and say, here we go, I've got something that I would love you to upholster. Can you give me your advice on how we can bring it into the now? Have you even had those conversations?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think as my brand's growing, people are realising, you know, what my style is, and I'm definitely finding that I'm getting people contact me because they want that sort of bold, bright service. I've actually just recently done a traditional chair refurb. It was amazing, like this really ornate Gothic type, crazy cool chair.
Yeah.
And it was really nice because my client just wanted to go with a really bright fabric, you know, really bold, really out there.
Yeah.
And again, like we were just saying, because it was so fun and so bold and such a bit of me, I loved the whole project to the point where I didn't even want to give the chair back.
Like, can I buy it back off you?
Yeah, honestly, when it left the workshop, I was a bit like,
you need to do a little goodbye ceremony.
Yeah. Oh no, I think I'll definitely be getting some more of that fabric in and doing something for my house.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so that's always really nice. But then on the other end, sometimes it's really nice to do, you know, some plainer things in between, because it kind of, you know, every project is different. Traditional upholstery is, you know, very, very heritage craft, and it's a whole different vibe to modern upholstery. So I think that's also what I love most about doing this job, is there's so many elements and aspects which just keep it fun and interesting. And I feel like I can grow with my craft as I'm trying new things, and it definitely is helping my confidence as well.
And so every project is a different project, it's a different idea.
Yeah.
It's not the same old. So you're liking that, even the creativity in the different commissions that come to you as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's where we've sort of like moved on to this, creating our own bespoke furniture, because you know, with working with my husband, he's got an engineering background. We've obviously been building our house together, so he's very practical. And what we want is for people to say, I've had an idea. Can you make it?
Yes.
And even if we've never made it before, we'll say yes, and we'll.
I love that.
We'll do it.
Say yes first.
Yes, say yes.
Worry
first.
about the detail later.
Yeah.
Because you must be able to, especially if you've got these two amazing creative and engineering minds coming together. And as you said, you've also been on the different courses, and you realise there's all of the different technical aspects.
Yeah.
And it sounds as though you really respect all of that as well, and like the traditional upholstering techniques and so on, in comparison with the new contemporary feel as well.
And I think that's the thing, is, you know, it's not about saying yes and necessarily and just figuring it out later. It is also a lot about just trusting that you have the skills. You know, you've got the toolkit. And it's the same like the fold stool thing, you know, no one's made one of them before. There was we didn't know how to do it. So you figure it out. You know, but yeah, I'm excited for, you know, the business to grow and what's to come in the sort of bespoke category with Martin. It'll be really great.
So apart from your socials and on your website, have you actually been able to go anywhere yet, and like a pop-up, and to be able to take your furniture and all of your designs and actually get it out there in front of the general public? Have you been able to do that?
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, I actually hosted a pop-up at John Lewis in Chichester.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was 4 days, very long days, meeting loads and loads of people. But it was amazing because obviously, you know, we've been busy designing this new range, and it's fine sharing it on your socials. Obviously, people see the photos and they love them, but actually to take it in person and to get feedback is like invaluable, you know, for product testing and just seeing, you know, how it's being received. But for me, I think hadn't thought about how much it was going to help my confidence, because you know, we've spent months and months working on these products. And, you know, when I actually arrived, I sort of thought, oh God, I'm actually saying, I've made this. You know, what do you think?
Oh,
do you like it?
You went, I'm the person.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
And,
very vulnerable.
Yeah, it did. I felt very vulnerable and very scared, but the feedback was overwhelmingly positive.
Oh,
like,
wow.
honestly, it was just, yeah, it was amazing. It was really, really good. Everything was so well received. And people wanted to chat about my brand and find out about me and Martin because,
how
you know, we
nice.
were there.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't salespeople on behalf. And I think that's what's really great about doing the pop-up. So it's facilitated by the Great Brand Exchange, and their whole ethos is about helping small businesses get into large retailers. So I think it's really great what they do, and it was such a unique opportunity, which I was really grateful for. Yeah, so we had an amazing time. Martin was definitely better on the sort of, you know, chatting to people front, but then I guess for him, it's like he's just proud of me and he's just talking about me.
I love that,
so,
of course.
You know, he was just,
and it's nice if you felt a little bit fatigued and overwhelmed by it all, that you could just take a breath and a step back, and Martin just step up for you to be able to stand in the gap.
100%. And in fact, he ended up loving it so much, which normally he doesn't like being, you know, like out there and, you know, on the face of things. But he loved it so much that I actually got a lion on Sunday, and he went and opened up the pop-up shop for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was a nice surprise. But yeah, we had a brilliant time. And my best friend actually drove 2 hours down to come and visit me, which was really lovely.
And that's special, because these are those special moments in life that we're always going to remember. Your first pop-up,
yeah, definitely,
and your first product, or the first time, the first like, or the first buy, or the first recommend. There's such milestone moments, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. And I think, you know, we all see all of the things shared all the time. You know, when you buy from a small business, we actually do a dance like, it's true. You know, when I pack an order, I'm literally like, ooh, you know, the kids get involved.
Show me that. How do we do it? I go, I love that.
Yeah, you know, it means something. You know, it supports my family, and, you know, it's when you buy from small business, you know, it makes a massive difference.
Yeah.
And actually this week, obviously, is Black Friday, and there's a big movement that Holly Tucker does about boycotting Black Friday and doing Colour Friday and supporting small business instead. So that's really great.
So maybe another part of the year, you can have all the lights and all the focus and the spotlight on the small businesses.
Yeah,
that
definitely.
would be nice.
And
I like that.
I think, you know, at this time of year as well, what people don't realize is that as makers, you know, we're not just making. Like, there's so many elements to this job. You know, I remade my whole website myself. You know, no one else did it. You know, the socials, there's so many jobs that
one person's got to do.
Yeah. So, you know, to get that support, a lot of makers at Christmas time, they've spent months and months and months and months and months trying to make stock so that they've got stock, you know. So
they can go to the makers markets.
Yeah. So I think supporting small business, you know, especially at this time of year, is always really great.
I agree. And that's why it's perfect for you to be on here, because we're all about supporting the local community and the local businesses. And really, you probably just have to shut us up about talking about you, to be honest. But where else are we going to see you? What else is on the horizon for you?
So I do have some very, very exciting news. That next week I'm actually going to be on BBC One Series 2 of Make It at Market.
Wow. This girl is flying. This girl, when she sets her mind to a task, she goes for it. I love all of this. You do know you're going to be helping other people further on down the line, don't you, one day? When they don't know where to start, you'll be going, I've been there and I've helped you. Less about that, more about the BBC. Tell all.
Yeah, so I got sent a thing on Instagram basically saying that they were looking for upholsterers. So the show is hosted by Dom, who does the repair shop as well.
Yeah.
And the whole format is basically they take a load of makers. So it's an amazing series. There's so many different crafts on it this year. You know, upholsterers, artists, fabric designers, blacksmiths, willow weavers.
Oh, wow.
Just hugely talented bunch, and we basically go and show what we do, and you get a lovely mentor, and then you go away for 8 weeks and sort of follow. They give you business advice and confidence to try your ideas, and you go and work on it, and then you sort of come back to chat to Dom about how you've got on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you're currently here.
Yeah.
But the next time we speak to you, you're going to be like in stratospheric success mode.
I'm really hoping so. We've honestly worked so hard, like with all the help of the amazing guys on the show, and it really would mean a lot to us for this to really help our business, because it's just such a unique opportunity that I'm so grateful for, and I'm really excited not just to see my episode, because I won't see it before it comes out either.
Right. Watch party people.
But also to watch all the other makers, because obviously we saw all their products.
Yeah.
But I want to hear more about their
Yeah.
stories.
Have you got a little community growing now?
Yeah, so we've all stayed in touch, which has been really nice. We sort of filmed in blocks of 10. Which is really nice, and
encouraging as well.
So it's going to be really exciting.
So when you say this is a unique opportunity, I just want to mirror it back to you. It's a unique opportunity, but you're a unique person, and your brand is really unique as well. So never forget that. And this is why you are shining so boldly and brightly and beautifully.
Thank you so much.
And I wonder, out of all of the people that they could have chosen, it was amazing that they chose you.
Yeah.
What was that process like?
I mean, honestly, it's still a bit of a pinch me moment. I mean, I don't know how many people applied, but I know that only 9,000 got through the cut. But then even from that, obviously, they chose 30, and I was lucky to be one of them.
Wow.
So that's like a massive, figure
It
to
is.
be told.
And in such a short space of growth as well, because when you mentioned John Lewis,
Yeah.
you had me at John Lewis, and then you went, I'm going to raise the bar and go, BBC.
I know.
It's
It honestly, that's what this year has been. It's gone from 0 to 100 in the best possible way, and I think it's just where I open myself up to being like, I can do this, and I'm going to say yes, like we were saying earlier. Because I was still doing my AMUSF course at the time that I applied, which is the soft furnishing accreditation course for upholstery and soft furnishing. So I was still doing that, and then I applied, and it was literally, in a space of 2 weeks, it was, I won an award at university for a traditional nursing chair. I got a call to be on the show.
this girl.
And it was just like, honestly, like I said before, a pinch me moment. I
Wow.
feel like, everything's just lined up and is happening at the right time, because I just sort of believed in myself.
I love that.
Martin is incredibly supportive, and I definitely wouldn't have had the confidence without sort of having my family behind me, as well. But yeah, I think it's just been an amazing year, and I'm so excited for what's to come.
I'm excited for you.
Thank
It's as
you.
though you didn't give up on you.
Yeah, definitely. And
You kept on forging through to go, no, I am creative. There is a place for me. There is a space for me. There is something that I
I'll
love to
find
do.
my thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love that relentless energy and that support that you've had from Martin.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the children would have been 100% behind you, because I know that you just give that cheerleader energy.
Oh, thank you.
And so I bet they actually love the opportunity to cheerlead you.
I think they do. And Ellie has been amazing. She's been involved in lots of stuff. She comes up with a lot of my content, ideas and things. So
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
They're on the cutting edge of those
Oh,
ideas.
thank you.
Yeah.
But she also helps me in the workshop, sometimes, overlocking cushions and things. She does sewing and stuff herself.
Wow.
That's amazing, because, I'd love it to be a family business. And, Jake's very supportive, always asking, he'll say when I get home today, how did it go? And, it's
love
lovely.
that.
And I definitely think having that support network gives you that extra bit of confidence as well.
And how good is it for the children to watch that you've tried and you failed, you dusted yourself off, you tried again, you let them know that I'm scared and mummy's nervous and I don't know
Yeah.
what it's going to look like and, I might make a mess of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're watching you do it afraid.
Yeah.
And you are inspiring your daughter and your son and probably all of the mum friends, everyone at the school gates. Everyone's watching you.
I know.
You're inspiring all of us.
I really hope so, because I never dreamed that I would be here, 10 years ago and stuff. And yeah, so I really hope that I'm inspiring the kids. And you're right, like they're seeing they're seeing me and Martin working till like 11 o'clock at night trying to get everything ready, for the show, and, our house being trashed with all the upholstery stuff, trying to get it ready for the filming. And, they're seeing all of it, which I think is a great experience because it's real life. A lot of kids, they just see what's on their phone and, that's not always the real life. So I think that's been quite inspiring. They've definitely noticed how hard I'm working, and I think they're very proud of me, which is lovely.
And so they should be.
Thank you.
And I just want to know, do you have the most amount of fun with the bubble wrapping?
Yes.
Have you had bubble wrapping jumping parties yet?
Yes, the kids love to jump on bubble wrapping. The kids just want to be involved in lots of it. Ellie sort of, loves filming bits and bobs for me and helping with the packing of orders and things.
Yeah.
It's a real family business.
I love
We're
that.
all super invested and, excited about what's
And we're
to
having
come.
fun with it as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So if there was anything that final words that you would want to say with regards to how you feel and what it's done for you and where you see the future being, what would you like to share with us all?
I would firstly just like to say, obviously, thank you to everyone that supported me, because without that sort of support and everyone sort of, egging me on, I don't think I would have taken a leap of faith on myself, or certainly not as quickly. Obviously, please check out the programme, have a look at my website and share my socials. That would be amazing. And I'm always happy to hear from other small businesses, answer questions, help any way I can, and talk about collaborations and things. That's definitely something I'm looking to do in the future as well.
So it's Fox and Furb.
Yep.
And when is it when you're on again?
I will be on BBC One on Tuesday the 28th of November at 4:30, and then it's also repeated on iPlayer.
Okay, what's the programme called again?
And it's Make It at Market with Dom.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I am super excited. I do not know how we've not cried our eyes out during this interview.
I know, honestly, like the amount,
so emotional.
do you know what? It catches me off guard all the time.
Yeah.
Even just like driving in the car and I suddenly think about what's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just need a minute. But yeah, it's really exciting. Thank you so much for having me.
That's all right.
Really appreciate the support.
Our absolute pleasure. So, Fox and Firm for bright, bold, bespoke, unique, soft furnishings and bespoke made furniture,
Yes.
all handmade by the lovely Hayley.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Hayley Sims and this is my book Dear Anonymous. SMJ Media have been perfect in promoting my book, and if you would like to follow for more content or help out and support, then you can go to buymeacoffee.com/SMJ Media Group.